Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. So we have the first day of Ravaged on the VN server against the AZORA boss. And there's a lot of things to go through, but the first thing we'll talk about is the available heroes and which squads they're going to be available in. So if you take a look at it here, in the Immortal squad will be all Graveborn heroes of course, but along with that, Laios is being added up to the roster, and Pandora we already knew was there from the previous Ravaged run, and then the other three Celestial heroes, which we knew before. In the Dauntless squad, it is going to be the same as basically last Ravaged run, which means maybe Alna is going to be added to Dauntless squad. This is what people are predicting, because right now it's just Athalia, Burial, and Natsu. For the Sylvan squad, they have added Mihira here, Saida is already here, Lucy, Twins, Rainy. There are already 5 Celestial Hypogean heroes in the Sylvan squad. I was not expecting Mihira to be added to Sylvan, but yeah, she is going to be there, and probably Mihira is going to be somewhat meta, if I had to predict for the Sylvan squad. And then Aurora squad, again, a lot of heroes. Alicent has been added to the Aurora squad. There are now 5 Celestial Hypogean heroes here. I was not predicting Alicent to be in the Aurora squad, but she is. And I think the good news about that is for people who don't have Heroic, but if you built up Alicent, hopefully you still will be able to get a pretty reasonable score, maybe being able to compete close to Heroic teams. That's what I'm predicting. And Marcel is also added here as well. So there we have it for the actual breakdown of the heroes. Now, as for the top performing teams on the day 1 of testing, my viewer did manage to get his top score with this team. And basically, these are going to be the heroes you'll want to use if you have them built. Isabella is the best option in team number 2. However, if you don't have Isabella, basically any other thing can work there. Hodgkin, Bonnie. People have tried a lot of different things. But Thorin and Velka are really important for team number 2. For team number 1 is going to be all the key heroes, which you probably already have built up, which are Pandora, Daemon, Chimera, and Ludovic. And for some reason, Laios as well is also working, and I think it is due to his charm quality bonus. It is the attack buff, right, for nearby allies, and that is value, because no other hero is able to provide that here. Thorin is able to provide it, but he's on team number 2, right? So mainly Laios is being used just for his charm quality bonus to give that attack buff to allies. Other than that, he's not really doing anything. If you look at his damage, it's basically non-existent, and so he should work even at low copies. Definitely at Mythic Plus should get the job done, which everyone has for free. And then the other heroes are just going to be your key heroes you already have built up, basically. And so this was the team formation that my viewer used, and he got his top score with this team, having Phantomal and Daemon both buffing up Ludovic, and then Pandora buffing up Chimera. On team number 2, he told me it would have been better to have Grim Executioner Phantomal up 1 tile, and then maybe Velka also up 1 tile, rather than Thorin up front. That's what he told me. Maybe this could be improved, but he got a really good score. He's rank 6 in position right now with this lineup, and he has like a not an insane Paragon 4 full account or anything. So you're going to see what happens here. Now, the boss's mechanics are just really strange. We were thinking that she was going to have some instant defeats onto your team. But if you notice it here, the boss doesn't get a single instant defeat onto your allies. And we can even look at it on team 2 as well. But the only way your team can die, or Grim Execution Phantom will die, is Pandora. Because Pandora, of course, she deals damage to both allies and enemies. And that damage can cause your own allies to actually go down. So there's going to be RNG on team number 1. That is something definitely to mention. And there kind of always is RNG in Ravaged Run. Like, look at this. Laios got really low on health. Daemon got pretty low on health. But as long as they're able to survive, you're going to be good to go. And Grim Execution has survived the whole fight, which is also really good. So basically, this team, with the RNG he managed to hit, has allowed him to get an really good score for his team number 1. Like, even right here, Shimir gets really low, but she does manage to survive. 9 seconds left. The whole team is alive. Probably this is like the perfect run. And you're seeing it, the boss didn't instant defeat anyone. So we saw in the trailer, if you guys watched that for Ravaged Run, when they first talked about it, they said if your Ren stack to up to a specific level, then the boss is going to instant defeat you. But it looks like the boss is not actually able, the boss is not instant defeating anyone. Like, we survived the whole fight, not a single ally died, and that is basically it. Now, we're looking at team number 2. Team number 2 is going to be the Thorin, Velka, Isabella. And like I said, it probably would have been better to have Grim Executioner Phantom up front rather than Thorin, because Grim Executioner would deal some damage of his own, right? And Isabella buffs the frontmost target, which here is going to be the Thorin. So that I think that's why having Grim Execution would be better. But you're going to see this here as well, that the boss is not actually going to instant defeat anyone. And we can watch, yeah, I mean, in the previous run, you might be thinking, is it Lyos's summon, you know, his knight, which is taking the instant defeats? Is that why no one's getting instant defeat? That's what I thought at first. But if you look at this here, Thorin is not even going to take a single, like, he's never going to have to resurrect. And if Thorin doesn't resurrect, it means that this team is not taking any instant defeats from the boss. And so you don't have to really worry about that. The only thing you have to worry about is that the boss has crowd control in the kit, and that is going to, so if you can make your allies unaffected, immune to crowd control, that is going to be beneficial. So Isabella's almost dead here, 15 seconds left, and Isabella is going to go down. But I think, again, it was just from raw damage alone. I don't think it was actually an instant defeat from the boss, and the Thorin, like, none of the other heroes took any killing blow, so... Now, as for the boss skills are actually going to be of a different level. As you see here, 2-2-1-1 for the team 1, and for team 2 is going to be 1-1-1-1. The difference between that is mainly in this rending slash ability. If you look at this, at level 1, it will inflict when it was channeled and casted. 30 stacks of rend spent across all of your targets, basically, distributed randomly across your targets. And in the level 2, it is 50 of the stacks distributed amongst all targets. And obviously, it does make sense that they are going to have different levels here, because here you have 6 total units, right? And maybe even Lyos's summon counts as a 7th. And in Team 2, you have 4 total units. So having that difference in skill is important. Apart from that, the other skills, Spine Break is the one which will actually cause an instant defeat if the enemy has 100 or more rend stacks, right? Entangles and defeats them. However, it looks like that never happened in either of the matches that we watched. And if they have fewer, then it will inflict some more stacks. And then the Feral Charge, the Hunting Guard summons the Spectral Bees. They charge and stun enemies. That's why she has a lot of crowd control. Basically, in her kit, this is instant defeat if they get up to 100 rend stacks. But it seems like she just doesn't output enough rend that you are stacking up to 100, and channels her blades full power, yeah, dealing damage. Okay, now when we look at the skill 1, this is in Chinese. If we read the English, hands down the enemies on the battlefield, damaging and frightening them. So I'll show you the English translation on the screen. There is going to be this 1.5 second duration frighten. That because you see here damaging and frightening them. That's important for the crowd control that it provides. And then I think it deals 1% extra attack damage based on the number of rend stacks onto your team. So it makes them a bit more susceptible to dying. But that is basically it. And yeah. So overall, the thing is, this boss will have crowd control. This boss will have rend stacks, which cause your targets to take more damage. And if you can get up to 100 rend stacks, the boss is going to instant defeat you. But it seems like the boss is not really able to apply enough rend that she's instant defeating anyone. Because, like, you know, we had this full team, no one died on it. And then on the team 2, like, only Isabella died, but I think she just died to damage alone, not actually an instant defeat. So that is basically going to be the thing. So anyway, guys, we can just recap the charms. Sorcery, I mean, these should all be the standard charms that we've already seen in Dream Realm. Last one, Thorin, Isabella, Mystic, interesting. And then Velka, yeah. For Velka's own damage, Gale Charms is superior, and she's the only damage contributor really for this team. So having Gale Charms onto her are going to be the best. So anyway, guys, it's pretty interesting for day 1. Hopefully, we will continue to follow it as the meta changes. And whenever we have a new squad, like tomorrow, we will also make a video about the meta for those squads. But Graveborn is going to be the most free-to-play friendly. Just using the Lyos you got for free from the event, and then using other heroes which are just free to play upgrade priorities, you're going to be good to go. If you don't have Isabella, you can replace her for literally any other Graveborn hero, and Bonnie will be probably one of the second best options, and probably everyone has Bonnie, even if you don't have Isabella. And it will not be a big score damage difference. It's really team 1 which is contributing a lot of the damage. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comment section down below. But it is exciting. We're going to be having Ravaged run coming shortly, and also the available heroes in the different squads is also important information. But it is just really strange how Dauntless is like really left behind. There's only 3 Celestial Hypogean heroes here. Graveborn, there's also only 3. And then Wilder, there's 5. And Aurora, there's 5. So I don't understand exactly the grouping of all of this. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That's going to be it for this video. And if you think about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus Dragon Crystals on your purchase. My affiliate link is in the description of this video in a pinned comment. And you can actually bookmark this link in your browser. And whenever you're planning to make a purchase, just return to the bookmark link and make your purchase. It will support me and be greatly appreciated. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.